You've been misled your whole life. If you're a man over 60, what I'm about to say might shock you. They told you an enlarged prostate is inevitable, that you should live with it. Except waking up 3 to 4 times a night to pee, deal with a weak stream, an unemptied bladder, and the feeling of not being yourself anymore. That's a lie. The truth is, there's a simple fruit, cheap, easy to find, and familiar, that can slow, even reverse prostate enlargement in men over 60. And no one's told you about it. No doctor prescribes this fruit. No drug ad mentions it, because it doesn't profit anyone. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara, a urologist and men's health expert who's worked with thousands of patients across the U.S. for over 30 years. I've seen too many good men suffer in silence, losing sleep, losing confidence, losing intimacy, all because of an enlarged prostate, with no one explaining the root cause or the simplest solution. I treated Charles, 73, from Arizona, who wore adult diapers at night because he couldn't control his nighttime urination. After 6 weeks, he ditched the diapers. After 3 months, he called me and said, "I sleep through the night without waking. Thanks to that fruit, doc." Sounds unbelievable, I get it. But the science is clear. Eat wrong and your prostate swells. Eat right and it can shrink back. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the truth about this fruit, why it's been hidden, how it impacts DHT hormones and chronic inflammation, and how you can start changing with today's meal. Stay until the end, because what you're about to learn could be the start of reclaiming freedom, recovery, and connection you've long lost. There's something strange I've noticed after over 3 decades working with thousands of men. Most don't know where their prostate is, what it does, or why it torments them every night. Until it's too late. Your prostate, the size of a walnut, sits just below your bladder, wrapping around the urethra, the tube that carries urine out. When you're young, it works quietly. But after 60, with shifting hormones, silent inflammation, and poor eating habits, it starts to grow. No pain, no swelling, no fever. But it tightens around your urethra like an invisible hand choking the natural flow. The result, a weak stream, dribbling, feeling like you're never done. Waking up 3 to 4 times a night, and sometimes avoiding leaving the house during the day out of what-if worry. Sound like you? I remember Frank, 68, a former firefighter from Colorado. A tough, healthy guy, never complained about his health. But then he started avoiding evening outings, declining trips, and even pulling away from his wife. "Why, I'm embarrassed," he said, needing to pee on the road. "I can't control it. We don't talk about this enough. It's not life-threatening, so we brush it aside." But think about it, when you don't sleep well, you lose energy. When you can't control your body, you lose confidence. When you avoid intimacy, you lose connection. All because of a swollen prostate quietly, silently stealing pieces of your manhood. But here's the key, this isn't fate. It's the result of a chain of mistakes. And one of those mistakes starts with what you put in your mouth every day. In the next part, I'll pinpoint exactly which foods are secretly making your prostate swell each week, and why by changing them, you can reverse the process. Frank, the firefighter I mentioned, had a seemingly harmless routine every morning. He started with a big glass of orange juice, whole grain cereal, and a slice of toast with peanut butter. "Dr. Kara, I eat healthy," he said. "No red meat, no alcohol, no smoking. So why is this happening?" I looked at his food diary. The answer was clear: hidden sugars, industrial seed oils, and plant estrogens in his daily diet were making his prostate swell more each day. Listen closely. Store-bought orange juice or pre-made juice packed with fructose overloads your liver, triggering body-wide inflammation, including in your prostate. Boxed whole grain cereals, often mixed with soybean, corn, or canola oil, high in omega-6, fueling chronic inflammation. Soy, peanut butter, ground flax seeds loaded with phytoestrogens, plant-based estrogens. For older men with declining testosterone, adding these opposing hormones, daily spikes. DHT uncontrollably, the hormone proven to drive prostate enlargement. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found men consuming high sugar and omega-6 diets had a 38% higher risk of prostate enlargement and symptoms nearly twice as severe compared to those who ate less. Frank cut out these sweet culprits and industrial oils completely. We replaced them with better fats like avocado olive oil and a fruit. I'm about to reveal a small, juicy, red-purple fruit you've likely seen at your local grocery, but never knew it's a powerhouse fighting prostate inflammation like nothing else. Remember Frank? After ditching inflammatory foods from his breakfast, I suggested adding one simple thing to his daily diet: tart cherries. Not the sweet cherries you eat at holidays. Not the bright red ones in cocktails. Tart cherries, small, slightly sour, deep red purple packed with bioactive compounds. I told Frank eat half a cup of tart cherries daily. No need to change your meds. Just be consistent. 6 weeks later, the results stunned us both. Why tart cherries? First, they're rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that reduce endothelial inflammation, the swelling that presses on your bladder. A University of Michigan study showed anthocyanins in tart cherries cut systemic inflammation markers in just 14 days. Second, tart cherries lower DHT dihydrotestosterone, a hormone stronger than testosterone driving prostate overgrowth. A pharmacological research study found tart cherry extract inhibits 5-alpha reductase, the enzyme converting testosterone to DHT, matching prescription drugs without side effects. Third, tart cherries boost sleep quality thanks to natural melatonin. This bonus is critical because deep sleep is when your body repairs tissues, balances hormones. When older men sleep better, the pituitary gland produces better hormones, inflammation eases, and the prostate gets a break. Frank ate tart cherries in the morning with walnuts and steamed oats, no added sugar. Sometimes he drank pure, unsweetened tart cherry juice found at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. After 2 weeks, he called me for the first time in 5 years. I slept until 5 a.m. straight. After 6 weeks, he no longer needed diapers. After 3 months, he signed up for a trip with his wife to Idaho, something he'd avoided fearing lack of control, all from half a cup of tart cherries a day. Frank wasn't the only one trying tart cherries. Over the past 7 years, I've included this fruit in a special recipe my patients jokingly call the prostate smoothie, but I call it the prostate shrinking smoothie. It's not just a morning shake. It's a deliberate blend, reducing inflammation, balancing hormones, and boosting pelvic circulation, everything your prostate needs to lighten its load and return to a stable size. Here's the recipe I share with men over 60 ingredients. Half a cup of tart cherries, fresh or frozen. 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds, rich in zinc, essential for prostate health. 1 teaspoon of flaxseed oil or olive oil, high in omega-3, anti-inflammatory. Half a cup of unsweetened almond milk or water. Half a ripe avocado, healthy fats to absorb cherry compounds. Optional, a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric with a pinch of black pepper for extra anti-inflammatory power. Instructions: blend everything for 20-30 seconds until smooth. Drink first thing in the morning on an empty stomach for optimal absorption and hormonal impact. Why each ingredient matters. Tart cherries reduce inflammation balance, DHT. Pumpkin seeds supply zinc, linked to preventing prostate enlargement in studies. Avocado and omega-3 oil guide cholesterol metabolism, preventing harmful hormone buildup. Unsweetened almond milk avoids insulin spikes from dairy or cereal milk. Turmeric with black pepper boosts anti-inflammatory effects, soothing irritated prostate tissue. I had a patient, Michael, 71, from Nevada, on 2 daily meds for nighttime urination. After 2 months of this smoothie and cutting sugar and industrial oils, he asked to stop his meds. Amazingly, his PSA dropped from 6.4 to 4.2, confirmed by official tests. This isn't a miracle. It's biology. Your prostate is soft tissue. Stop fueling the fire, start giving it the right building blocks, and it can shrink. No surgery, no lifelong drugs, just the right habits repeated daily. When I shared the prostate shrinking smoothie with hundreds of older male patients, most saw improvements. But about 20%, even with strict adherence, still had nighttime urination unchanged PSA and felt stuck deep inside. I dug deeper and found something modern medicine rarely mentions for prostate health: a weakened digestive system in older age, the overlooked link. Picture this. You can eat tart cherries, pumpkin seeds, healthy oils, but if your digestion lacks enzymes, stomach acid, or healthy gut bacteria, those nutrients never reach your prostate. A Harvard Medical School study found after 60% of men have lower natural digestive enzymes, especially lipase for fats and protease for proteins. The result: your body can't absorb anthocyanins from cherries, zinc from pumpkin seeds, or melatonin for better sleep. Frank hit this wall. After 3 weeks of improvement, he stalled. His PSA plateaued. His sleep got choppy again. I asked, "Have you felt bloated or gassy after meals lately?" He nodded. His wife confirmed he was burping more and avoiding vegetables. We added one simple tweak: a gentle digestive enzyme with lipase protease amylase, taken 10 minutes before breakfast with a glass of warm water and a teaspoon of raw apple cider vinegar, and a nightly probiotic with Lactobacillus plantarum and Bifidobacterium. After 10 days, his digestion improved. The morning smoothie worked better. By week 4, he slept through the night without waking. By week 6, his PSA started dropping again. It's not just about the fruit you eat, but whether your body can absorb it. Many men over 60 eat right, drink right, but their prostate doesn't improve. The answer often lies in the gut and stomach, where 90% of nutrients are absorbed. How do you know if you're absorbing enough? I teach my patients a simple, no-cost home test: the apple cider vinegar test. Here's how: mix 1 tablespoon of raw, organic apple cider vinegar, the kind with the mother, into a glass of warm water. Drink it on an empty stomach 15 minutes before breakfast. Watch for the next 5 minutes. If you burp lightly, your stomach acid is likely sufficient. If nothing happens, you may lack stomach acid. The reason you're not absorbing anthocyanin, zinc, or omega-3s like you did when younger. Low acid and enzymes are a natural part of aging. But the good news: you can reactivate your digestion with 3 simple steps. Step 1. Wake up your stomach with lemon or apple cider vinegar each morning. Boost stomach acid, gently opening the absorption gate for what follows. Drink 10-15 minutes before your smoothie. Step 2. Add live enzymes from plants. Ripe avocado, papaya, fresh pineapple, broccoli, sprouts, all rich in natural digestive enzymes. Include in lunch or with a salad. Step 3. Use the right probiotics at the right time. Strains like Lactobacillus plantarum B. Lactus B. Breve aid fat and protein digestion and reduce pelvic inflammation. Take 1 hour before bed on an empty stomach. Frank did all 3. After 1 week, his stomach felt lighter. After 2 weeks, he said, "For the first time, I felt the tart cherry smoothie working stronger." Your prostate story isn't just about hormones or food. It's about whether your body still hears what you put in it. What haunts me after 30 years in practice is how many men come to me when things are irreversible, when a catheter is the last resort, when sleep isn't rest but a vigil for bathroom trips, when marriage isn't intimate but a silent gap from shame. The worst part: it's preventable if they'd started sooner. If you're reading this, pause for a second and ask yourself, have I done enough to protect my vitality? If the answer's no, now's the time to start. The 5-step strategy I've taught hundreds of patients yearly, to naturally shrink the prostate. Step 1. Cut inflammation at its source. Eliminate refined sugar-bottled juices, industrial seed oils. Avoid soy and phytoestrogen-rich foods. Step 2. Add tart cherries daily. Half a cup fresh or frozen, or a third of a cup of unsweetened juice. Eat in the early morning or 2 hours before bed for better sleep. Step 3. Blend the prostate shrinking smoothie. Tart cherries, pumpkin seeds, avocado healthy oil, unsweetened almond milk. Drink on an empty stomach in the morning. Step 4. Reactivate your digestion. Use apple cider vinegar plant enzymes, the right probiotics. Prioritize enzyme-rich, easy-to-digest foods. Step 5. Track and journal. Log nighttime urination energy levels, incomplete bladder emptying. After 3 to 4 weeks, you'll see clear improvement trends. I had a patient, George 74, from Pennsylvania. Before these steps, he took alpha blockers daily, still waking 4 times a night. After 3 months, he was down to 1, no meds, no discomfort. His wife laughed. He sleeps like a rock now. And I'm sleeping better than I have in 12 years. Don't let anything steal your freedom, your connection, your manhood, just because you thought it was too late to change. You've just uncovered something millions of men haven't been told. Your prostate doesn't have to grow with age. It can shrink. It can recover. And you can make it happen daily with the foods you choose. Here's the core takeaway. Eliminate what silently fuels inflammation and hormone imbalance. Sugar, bad oils, phytoestrogens. Add natural recovery warriors, tart cherries, zinc, healthy fats, the right probiotics. Wake up your digestion, because without absorption, there's no recovery. Stick with the prostate shrinking smoothie, not just for your prostate, but for sleep confidence and connection you've lost. I've seen it in the eyes of Frank George Charles men who thought their time was up, but weeks later stood taller, slept deeper, loved stronger. They didn't need heavy drugs. Just the right belief and a simple system to restart. Now it's your turn. Start small today. Memorize the morning smoothie recipe. Try the 5-minute apple cider vinegar test. Find tart cherries at your local store or online, and keep them in your fridge as a promise to yourself. Don't wait for your PSA to spike. Don't wait for a catheter. Acting today writes the healthiest chapter of your aging journey. If you see yourself in Frank's story, if you've woken up 4 times a night, lost connection in your marriage, because you're too embarrassed to talk, comment below this video. I'm taking back control. Let me know you're ready. You're not alone. This community, this channel, and doctors like me are with you every step. Hit subscribe. Because in the next video, I'll share an evening recipe to deepen sleep, reduce nighttime urination, and boost testosterone naturally, no drugs needed. Aging isn't the end. It's when you live most awake, most strong, and love yourself the most.